Hey friends, welcome to the Singapore Market Digest for June 4th, 2025. I'm Iggy from the Investing Iguana, and today we're diving into what's been happening on the SGX. We've got quite a mixed bag of developments today, from corporate restructuring to earnings updates and some major investment moves. The Singapore market continues to show its resilience and diversity, with companies across different sectors making strategic moves that could shape their futures. Let's start with CapitaLand Investment, trading under CLI. This real estate giant is one of Asia's largest diversified real estate groups, managing various property trusts across the region. Their subsidiary, CapitaLand Malaysia Trust, just announced plans to raise some serious cash through a placement exercise. They're looking to place up to 435.4 million new units to bring in around R250 million, which converts to about 75.8 million. Think of this as the company creating new shares to sell to investors, kind of like printing more tickets to raise funds for future projects. What's interesting about this move is the timing and purpose. The money will likely sit in safe places, like bank deposits or short-term investments while they figure out their next moves. This suggests CLI is building a war chest for potential acquisitions or development projects in Malaysia's property market. Given the current economic climate, having cash on hand gives companies flexibility to capitalize on opportunities when they arise. CLI shares ended Tuesday slightly up by 0.4%, closing at $2.51, showing investor confidence in this capital-raising exercise. Now let's talk about NIO, the Chinese electric vehicle maker that's been making waves in the EV space. Their first quarter results tell a story of growth mixed with the typical challenges facing the EV industry. They posted a net loss of $949.6 million, which sounds scary at first glance. But here's the important context. This loss actually decreased by 3.4% from the previous quarter, showing they're slowly getting their finances in better shape, quarter by quarter. The real bright spot in NIO's results: vehicle deliveries jumped 40.1% compared to last year, hitting 42,094 units. This growth shows that despite the competitive EV market, NIO is still gaining traction with consumers. However, they did see a seasonal dip of 42.1% from the previous quarter, which is pretty normal in the car business due to Chinese New Year and seasonal buying patterns. The EV market remains highly competitive, but NIO's year-over-year growth suggests they're holding their ground against rivals like Tesla and BYD. NIO shares closed up 0.3% at US $3.53 before this announcement hit the wires. Here's a significant development for Japa shareholders that marks the end of an era. This agri-food company is saying goodbye to the SGX after years of public trading. They're getting delisted on June 6th at 9 a.m. after the founder's family successfully took the company private through a scheme of arrangement. If you owned Japa shares, you should have received your payout on Tuesday, as the scheme consideration was distributed to entitled shareholders. The stock has been suspended since May 19th, with its last trading day being May 16th at $6.15. This is what we call a privatization, when existing shareholders buy out all the public investors and take the company off the stock exchange. For Jaffa, this move likely reflects the family's desire to have more operational flexibility without the scrutiny and reporting requirements that come with being a public company. The agri-food sector has faced various challenges, and going private might allow them to make longer-term strategic decisions without quarterly earnings pressure. Stoneweg European Real Estate Investment Trust is going through an interesting transformation that's worth understanding. They're converting into what's called a stapled group, which is a more complex corporate structure. Imagine if you had two separate puzzle pieces that now get permanently glued together. That's essentially what's happening here. Each unit of the REIT will be stapled to a unit in Stoneweg European Business Trust, creating a new combined entity called Stoneweg Europe Stapled Trust. This restructuring takes effect on June 16th, and the current REIT units will stop trading on June 13th. The stapled structure often provides more operational flexibility and can offer better tax efficiency for certain types of real estate investments. It's becoming increasingly popular among REITs looking to diversify their income streams or expand their investment mandate. The stock closed up 1.3% at 1.54 euros on Tuesday, suggesting investors view this restructuring positively. Let's look at some positive earnings news from Grand Venture Technology, or GVT. This manufacturing service provider just reported their first quarter results, and they're looking pretty solid across multiple metrics. Net profit jumped 27.7% to 2.6 million compared to the same period last year, which is impressive growth in today's challenging manufacturing environment. Even more impressive, their EBITDA, that's earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, basically their operating cash flow, grew 29% to $8.4 million from $6.5 million previously. This shows the company is not just making more money on paper, but actually generating more cash from their operations. In the manufacturing world, strong EBITDA growth often indicates improving operational efficiency and better capacity utilization. GVT shares closed flat at $0.925 before this announcement. But this kind of consistent growth could attract more investor attention. Finally, Franken Group is making a big bet on their future with a substantial capital investment. This semiconductor equipment maker just announced a $63 million investment to build a brand new 5-story manufacturing facility in Kaki Bukit. They're leasing the land from JTC for 33 years starting August 18th, which shows their long-term commitment to Singapore as a manufacturing hub. This kind of major facility investment usually signals that a company expects strong demand for their products and services in the coming years. In the semiconductor world, having modern, efficient manufacturing space is crucial for staying competitive, especially as chip designs become more complex and manufacturing processes more sophisticated. The 33-year lease term also suggests Franken sees Singapore remaining competitive as a manufacturing location despite rising costs. Franken shares closed unchanged at $1.14 before this news broke. What we're seeing today reflects the diverse and dynamic nature of Singapore's market. We have real estate players raising capital for expansion, tech companies investing heavily in growth infrastructure, and some corporate restructuring happening across different sectors. The mix of earnings updates and strategic moves shows companies are actively positioning themselves for the future, whether that's through geographical expansion, operational improvements, or structural changes. The Singapore market continues to serve as a gateway for companies looking to access Asian capital markets, and today's developments show the variety of corporate actions and strategic moves that make SGX an interesting place for investors to watch. That's the scoop for today. Remember to do your own research before making any investment decisions. This is Iggy from the Investing Iguana, signing off.